Okay, we got a good Wi-Fi now. That's great. I gotta block that. This is Lucas McFarlane. I had to do my podcast at 6 instead of 4 because I was having Wi-Fi issues at 4 when I was trying to do it. I wanted to just go over all the NFL free agency deals, what I think, how the teams stack up, all the tournament games. So we'll try to go really quick in the next hour or so. Lions released T.J. Lane. That was March 8th. Jags released Carlos Hyde. That was March 8th. The Giants traded Oliver Vernon to the Browns for a fourth round pick. The Jags also cut Malik Jackson, Carlos Hyde that day. Deshaun Gibson got released to the Jags that day. And let's see, then we go into the signings or so. There wasn't a lot on March 8th or so. I'm looking into it. Well, the Rams got Eric Weddle. That was the first big deal. Patriots got Michael Bennett. I like that. We'll go in depth. The Rams get more safety help. The Patriots get more defensive line help. I like that Bennett trade. Let's see here. Other ones. Oh yeah, Dolphins released Danny Amendola. He eventually signed with the Lions as well. Eric Well went to the Rams. We knew that. Cardinals released Mike Glennon and Antoine Bethea. Antonio Brown, that's a big deal. He got traded to Oakland instead of Pittsburgh or instead of Buffalo now. So he's in Oakland with Jordy Nelson, also with the running back horror right now, and Derek Carr. So we'll see what happens there. I like that Antonio Brown Jordy Nelson deal. We'll go over all the teams in a second, all the big trade deals. Let's see here. Anthony Barr was going to go to the Jets for a 5-year deal, but then he changed his mind and then he went back to Minnesota. Yeah, Antonio Brown, big deal with the Raiders, knew that. Let's see, other ones that happened. Le'Veon Bell still on the market. Tevin Coleman, Tyrell Williams still on the market. So is Mark Ingram. Darren Fells. Let's see, other big ones. Let's see here. Tyrann Mathieu, he went to the Chiefs. He's a safety help like him with Eric Berry. Jonathan Hankins re-signed with the Raiders. That was March 10th. Danny Amendola. Yeah, he's with the Lions. I knew that. Rams got Dante. We signed Dante Fowler. Deshaun Jackson went to the Bucks and the Eagles. So Deshaun Jackson's back with Philadelphia. Lions got Amendola. They also got Jesse James and other defensive players. Teddy Bridgewater's back with the Saints. Landon Collins signed with the Redskins for 4 years. Juan Alexander signed with the 49ers. He was from the Buccaneers. C.J. Mosley signed a 5-year deal with the Jets. Let's see here. Malik Jackson, he signed with the Eagles after getting released by the Jaguars. They got a good defensive front with Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Derek Barnett. I like the Eagles' defense. Let's see. Trey Flowers, he's going to be a Lion. Let's see here. Cordell Patterson, he's still on the market. Trent Brown, he signed with the Raiders, 4-year deal. He's with Antonio Brown in Oakland. Let's see, Lions, they did get a bunch of players. They got Trey Flowers, too. Let's see here. Kelvin Johnson, yeah, he signed somewhere. I got to look into that. Juan Alexander, you got Trent Brown, Juan Alexander. Wow. Antonio Brown all with the same agent. Didn't know that. Justin Coleman and Trey Flowers both signed with the Lions, so they got defensive players. Yeah, 6-year deal for Landon Collins. Mark Ingram, there's a rumor he's going to Baltimore. So is Le'Veon Bell. So Baltimore's going to get a running back regardless. Bobby Hart signed with the Bengals offensive lineman. Jamison Crowder with the Jets. They also got Josh Bellamy for the New York Jets. Jets are getting people. So are the Lions, though. Kenny Vaccaro, he's back with the Titans. Frank Gore signed a 1-year deal with the Bills. And also Cole Beasley. And there was another guy, John Brown, signed. So Bills are getting wide receiver pieces. Nick Foles signed a 4-year deal with the Jaguars, so they got a quarterback there in Jacksonville. That's another one. Let's see. Bengals got. Oh, also the Bills got Tyler Croft. So the Bills are getting receivers and running backs. I like their strategy. Nobody's talking about what the Bills are doing. Adam Humphries signed with the Titans. Terrell Suggs, who's been with Baltimore his whole life, is signing with the Arizona Cardinals. Mitch Morse signed with the Bills as well. Bills are getting some people. Let's see here. Bills got Buster Skern from the Jets, cornerback. Let's see. C.J. Mosley eventually signed Tyrann Mathieu. I knew that. Signed with the Chiefs. Devin Funchess signed a 1-year deal with the Colts. That was their big one. Bellamy, I knew he's going to the Jets. Broncos signed Kareem Jackson, one of the safeties. Let's see here. Other one, C.J. Uzo went to the Bengals. Anthony Barr was going to go to the Jets. Now he re-signed with the Vikings. Other ones, Lamarcus Joyner, he signed with the Raiders, so the Raiders are getting people too. Trent Brown, Jonathan Hankins, so the Raiders are getting people on the defensive side too. They could be all right. Browns, no one talked about them. Let's see here. In today's deals, Sheldon Richardson's with the Browns. I like the Browns defense though. Texans they signed Tashawn Gibson, safety. And let's see here. Ravens are lost C.J. Mosley, Zadarius Smith, Terrell Suggs, and Eric Weddle, and they'll have the number one defense. Packers signed Zadarius Smith though from the Baltimore Ravens. That's a pass rusher. But let's see here. Packers also signed Adrian Amos, the Bears safety. So the Packers are getting nifty on the defense. Let's see here. Saints re-signed Bridgewater. Knew that. Packers, they get Preston Smith. So they're getting like defensive players. Preston Smith, Darius Smith, and Adrian Amos. Green Bay's getting the defense, so they might be scary this year on defense. Let's see here. Chargers signed Thomas Davis for the Panthers. Packers released Nick Perry. They signed Billy Turner, a defensive lineman from the Broncos. The Steelers are bringing back Ryan Shazier. Le'Veon Bell hasn't signed anywhere yet. Let's see. Cardinals are signing Eagles linebacker Jordan Hicks on a 4-year deal. So the Cardinals are getting defensive players too. The Saints signed Latavius Murray, the running back, from the Vikings to a 4-year deal. So the Saints are preparing for Mark Ingram to leave. Ravens have been linked to, the Ravens have been linked to Ingram. I'll debut what the free agency, what it means for everybody. Let's see here. Other ones, Trey Flowers. Odell Beckham Jr. was available for a trade. I don't know by who. Dominican Sue's still on the market. Zach Zenner re-signed with the Lions. He's a good running back. Bradley Roby signed. Yeah, oh wow. The Texans got Gibson and Brandon Roby, so they got corner play in Houston. Atlanta is signing Jamon Brown, a guard from the Giants and the former Rams. The Titans are getting Roger Safford, 4-year deal for the Titans. Bruce Irvin might come back to the Falcons. And Matt Federius is headed to the Panthers. Shard Perriman's coming back to Cleveland. Other ones I'm looking here. Any other big news? Matt Petraeus went to the Jets. And I'm trying to see if there's any other updates. Oh, there's a new tweet. Let's see if somebody signed. Bengals bring back Preston Brown. So let's go over all the big deals right now. I like the Patriots still. They've got Michael Bennett. That's a big deal. They got good defensive players, but Michael Bennett's going to be a fierce force. The Jets are signing people. I like them actively right now. In second, for the AFC East, I do it by divisions. They signed C.J. Mosley, but they got receivers with Robbie Anderson and Sam Darnold. They got Bellamy and they got Jamison Crowder. So the Jets might have some receiver play. They might get a running back too. So look out for Adam Gase with that offense. I think it could be a second place team. Another team, the Buffalo Bills. I know they missed out on the Antonio Brown trade. They got Tyler Kroft, the tight end. They got John Brown. They got Cole Beasley now with Zay Jones. And they got Frank Gore and LaShawn McCoy. If Josh Allen could put it all together in his second year, the Bills could be, I think they'll be a third place team. The Dolphins, they signed Dwayne Allen, by the way, too. That's the only big deal they signed. They were releasing people. They're trying to get a quarterback. Miami's in a rebuild here. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL, in my opinion. Oh, I better turn off the light. There we go. It's still kind of blocking. Oh, there we go. So in the AFC North, I like the Browns' defense, though. They got Oliver Vernon, Sheldon Richardson with also, who was that guy? Myles Garrett as well. The Cleveland might have a really good defense and a really good offense. I know they got Landry, they got Perriman, they got a good running back play. They also got Kareem Hunt with Duke Johnson, those guys there, and, oh man, Nick Chubb. I think the Browns are going to be the best team right now in the AFC North. Now, Baltimore, I was going to say they're going to be second, but they lost half their defense. But their offense, if they can run the football with Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram, if they sign Mark Ingram, I think they're a second-place team. If not, I think the Steelers would jump the Ravens if they sign a running back. The Steelers are losing a bunch of people. All they got Juju Smith-Schuster, James Conner, and Big Ben, and Eli Rogers. Pittsburgh's still a third-place team in my eyes. They're not a good defensive team. Cincinnati's the same old, same old. They're not signing a bunch of people. I think they're a fourth-place team. And then there's other teams I'm looking at, too, right now in the AFC South. That might be wild, too. I feel like Indy's going to be good. They signed Devin Funchess. They always good. They got T.Y. Hilton back and Chester Rogers. They got a good receiving core. Jack Doyle's going to come back. They got Eric Ebron. I don't know about the running back play. They got Marlon Mack, Jordan Wilkins, and other running backs. If they signed Bell, I think they'd be a freaking first-place team. Tennessee's a second-place team right now in my eyes in the AFC South with that Adam Humphries deal. They got Taze Sharp and Corey Davis. And now they got this Adam Humphries guy and Roger Safford on the O-line. I think the Titans might be pretty decent. They signed Vaccaro back with Malcolm Butler on the safety line. I think the Titans are a second-place team. They're going to be a little dangerous. Houston, I say they're third place. If they get Bell or somebody, they got Will Fuller back, DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watson. They need a running back to help them out. They lost Matthew, but they gained 2 corners, too. I like Houston, though. Jacksonville, they're fourth. People say, oh, Nick Foles is there, but they don't have who's their receivers. All they got is Leonard Fournette. They lost half their defense. I feel like Jacksonville's going to be a fourth place team in my eyes. In the AFC West, that might be the wildest division of all. I think Kansas City is the favorite right now. They got Mahomes. They signed Carlos Hyde. They also got Tyrann Mathieu on the defensive side. They got Damian Williams re-signed and Tyreek Hill back. The Chiefs are always very, very explosive. The Chargers, I think, are a second place team right now. They might lose Tyrell Williams. They got Mike Williams back and Keenan Allen. Phillip Rivers, whenever he's there, they're going to be good. I think Oakland's a third place team with the Antonio Brown sign. They got him and Jordy Nelson. Right now, Marshawn Lynch and Doug Martin are still there. Derek Carr might improve in his second year under John Gruden. And Denver, I don't really know. They haven't signed anybody except Joe Flacco right now and some defensive players. So I don't know who their top two receivers are for Denver. I feel like the worst team in the AFC West at the moment. In the NFC East, with their signings right now, there's a lot of interesting teams right now. I think the Eagles are going to be the top NFC East team right now with that Malik Jackson deal. They also got Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey on the same receiving end. Golden Tate is there, but I think he's going to sign somewhere else. They also got Zach Ertz. I like Philly's offense when they bring back a healthy Carson Wentz. They'll be dangerous too. I think Dallas is a second place team. Actually, yeah, I think Dallas is a second place team. Even though they lost Cole Beasley, they still got Allen Hurns back, and they got some guys. We'll see. I don't think Dallas will repeat as division champs. Washington, I like them as a third place team based on their safety play. They got Case Keenum. They lost Crowder, but I like the Landon Collins and Josh Norman pairing in Washington. Right now, they're a third place team in my eyes. And then there's the Giants. They're still in rebuild mode. They might trade Odell. They got Saquon Barkley. They might get a quarterback in the draft. Eli Manning might not be enough. I think the Giants are still a fourth place team in my eyes. In the NFC North, right now, I don't know who's going to win that division. The Bears still have a bunch of players. I like them a lot. They haven't been big in free agency. The Packers got some defensive players. I think they're going to be good. Aaron Rodgers, we'll see what they do. I think the Vikings are a third place team. They haven't really signed anybody. The Lions, I know people say they might be all right. I think they're still a last place team. They got washed up receivers with Amendola and Jesse James. I know they got Trey Flowers and Justin Coleman, but they need more. I think Detroit isn't there quite yet. Then the NFC South, I think the Saints are the best team still. They're getting Latavius Murray. That helps them with Alvin Kamara. They got the good running game in New Orleans. They're a top team right now. I think they're the best team in the South. I don't know who else is good in that division. Carolina might be a second place team. They're getting defensive players. Tampa Bay, they might be third place. I don't know what Atlanta's doing. They might be last. They haven't signed anybody yet. They're my fourth place team in the South. And then we got the NFC West right now. The Rams are always good. They get players. They lose players. They just got Eric Weddle too. Seattle hasn't signed anybody, but they're quiet in the free agency market. San Francisco got Quan Alexander in third, and Arizona's in a rebuild mode. Whoever their quarterback is, Rosen or Murray, but they got Terrell Suggs and some other guy right now. But that's what I think the NFL, the standings are right now based on these addings. There's still guys that could sign. I can let you guys know by the next week. So hopefully I can do that. I wanted to go over the college basketball tournaments, but right now I wanted to go over the results in the last week too for the college basketball. Then get the tournament, so it might take a second to pop up. I've been busy today. The schedule since last Tuesday, the 5th. Ooh, Vermont's playing tonight. Since Tuesday the 5th. Then we'll go over the brackets. Since last Tuesday the 5th, North Carolina third ranked was at Boston College. North Carolina won 79-66. Wake Forest is at fourth ranked Duke. Duke won 71-70. We're not going to do a bracketology this week because we'll wait till the whole thing to pan out. We'll just go over the overall standings before the conference tournament starts. Mississippi State, fifth ranked Tennessee. Tennessee won 71-54 last Tuesday. Sixth ranked Kentucky at Ole Miss. Kentucky won 80-76. Nebraska at ninth ranked Michigan State. MSU won 91-76. 11th ranked Purdue had a shot to get the 1 seed overall at Minnesota, but they lost 73-69. 13th ranked Kansas upset Oklahoma. Oklahoma upset them 81-68, ending Kansas' reign of winning the Big 12 championship the last 10, 12 years, 15 years. 15th ranked Virginia Tech was at 14th ranked Florida State. Florida State won 73-64 in overtime. 17th ranked Nevada was at Air Force. Nevada won 90-79. 19th ranked Buffalo was at Ohio. Buffalo won 82-79. Xavier was at Butler. Butler won 71-66. Bowling Green was at Akron. Akron won 91-67. Ball State was at Eastern. Eastern won 68-61. Albany, oh wait, that's a good game. South Carolina was at Texas A&M. South Carolina won 71-54. Northern Illinois was at Central. Northern Illinois won 89-86. Western was at Toledo. Toledo 176-57. Kent State was at Miami, Ohio. Kent State 175-66. VCU was at George Mason. VCU 171-36. UMass Law was at Vermont. Vermont 174-57. Pittsburgh was at Miami. Miami 176-63. Auburn was at Alabama. Auburn 166-60. East Carolina was at Wichita State. Wichita State 172-55. And Utah State was at Colorado State. Utah State won 196 in overtime. Wednesday the 6th, which was March 6th, 10th ranked LSU was at Florida. LSU won overtime 79-78. 16th ranked Marquette was at Seton Hall. Seton Hall won 73-64. Missouri was at Georgia. Missouri won 64-39. Penn State was at Rutgers. Penn State won 66-65. Iowa State was at West Virginia. West Virginia won 90-75. LaSalle was at Dayton. Dayton won 70-39. Let's see here. Other big ones. Youngstown State at Oakland. Oakland won 88-84. South Florida was at Tulane. South Florida won 75-70. Providence was at Creighton. Creighton won 76-70 in overtime. Georgetown was at DePaul. DePaul won 101-69. Arkansas was at Vanderbilt. Arkansas won 84-48. Ohio State won at Northwestern. Northwestern won 68-50. Clemson at Notre Dame. Clemson won 64-62. Georgia Tech and NC State. Georgia Tech won 63-61. Oklahoma State at Baylor. Oklahoma State won 67-64. Wyoming at San Jose State. Wyoming won 81-71. Fresno State at San Diego State. Fresno State won 76-74. Oregon at Washington State. Oregon won 72-61. Oregon State at Washington. Washington won 81-76 in overtime. On Thursday the 7th, which was last Thursday, SMU was at 12th ranked Houston. Houston won 90-79. 20th ranked Cincinnati was at 25th ranked Central Florida. Central Florida won 58-55. Iowa was at Wisconsin, 21st ranked. Wisconsin won 65-45. Army at Lehigh. Lehigh won 75-70. Navy at American. Navy won 60-56. Temple at UConn. Temple won 78-71 over UConn. Troy at Appalachian State. Appalachian State won 72-64. IU at Illinois. IU won 92-74. UCLA at Colorado. Colorado won 93-68. USC at Utah. Utah won 83-74. Cal at Stanford. Cal won 64-59 over Stanford. That was on Thursday. Friday the 8th, Miami at 15th ranked Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech won 84-70. Bowling Green at 19th ranked Buffalo. Buffalo won 84-73. Minnesota at 24th ranked Maryland. Maryland won 69-60. Valpo at Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago won 67-54. Akron at Kent State. Kent State won 68-65. Northern Illinois at Ball State. NIU won 64-57. Miami, Ohio at Ohio. Ohio won 66-57. EMU at Toledo. Toledo won 64-58. Central at Western. I was here. Central won 82-75 over Western. Let's see here. St. Joe at VCU. VCU won 75-63. The last Saturday regular season of the year, last Saturday, March 9th. Louisville was at second ranked Virginia. Virginia won 73-68. Fourth ranked Duke at third ranked North Carolina. North Carolina swept Duke 79-70. Fifth ranked Tennessee at Auburn. Auburn won 84-80. Florida at sixth ranked Kentucky. Kentucky won 66-57. Seventh ranked Michigan at ninth ranked Michigan State. MSU won 75-63. Eighth ranked Texas Tech at Iowa State. Texas Tech won 80-73. Vanderbilt at 10th ranked LSU. LSU won 80-59. 11th ranked Purdue at Northwestern. Purdue won 70-57. Baylor at 13th ranked Kansas. Kansas won 78-70. 14th ranked Florida State at Wake Forest. Florida State won 65-57. Georgetown 16th ranked Marquette. Marquette keeps losing. Georgetown won 86-84 at Marquette. San Diego State 17th ranked Nevada. Nevada won 81-53. Oklahoma at 18th ranked Kansas State. Kansas State won 68-53. VMI at 22nd ranked Wofford. Wofford won 99-72. 23rd ranked Villanova at Seton Hall. Seton Hall upset two ranked teams in a row, 79-75 over Villanova. 25th ranked UCF at Temple. Temple won 67-62 in an upset. Syracuse at Clemson. Clemson won 67-55 over Syracuse. Pittsburgh over at Notre Dame at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won 56-53. TCU at Texas. TCU won 69-56 over Texas. Butler at Providence. Providence won 83-70 over Butler. Georgia at South Carolina. South Carolina 66-46. NC State at Boston College. NC State won 73-47. Texas A&M at Mississippi State. Mississippi State won 92-81. Let's see here. Oregon State at Washington State. Oregon State won 85-77. Bradley at Loyola Chicago. That was in the tournament. Bradley won 53-51. West Virginia at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State won 85-77. Arizona State, Arizona. Arizona State won 72-64. Let's see here. USC at Colorado. Colorado won 78-67 over USC. Alabama at Arkansas. Arkansas won 82-70. Air Force at Boise State. Boise State won 80-52. UCLA at Utah. Utah won 92-81. Dayton at DeQuincy. Dayton won 78-67. DePaul at Creighton. Creighton won 91-78. Oregon at Washington. Oregon won 55-47. And San Diego BYU in the tournament. San Diego won 80-57 over BYU. Excuse me, BYU. Sunday the 10th, 12th ranked, last official regular day of the season. Regular season day. 12th ranked Houston played at 20th ranked Cincinnati. Cincinnati lost 85-69. 21st ranked Wisconsin, Ohio State. Wisconsin won 73-67 in overtime. Illinois at Penn State. Penn State won 72-56. Rutgers at IU. IU's won 3 in a row. They won 89-73. Navy at Colgate. Colgate won 80-70. UConn at East Carolina. UConn won 82-73. Iowa at Nebraska. Nebraska won 93-91 in overtime. Other ones, SMU at South Florida. SMU won 77-71. And that was all the big ones on Sunday. Last night, there were MAC tournament games that happened. Central beat Western. I think they were the 5 seed. Central won 81-67 over Western. They're going to play Kent State next. Ball State at East. I think Ball State was the 11 seed. They beat Eastern 61-46. We'll go over the MAC tournament in a second. Miami of Ohio at Akron. Akron won 80-51. They're going to play at Buffalo next, or Buffalo and Cleveland. Ohio at Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois won 80-61. Last night, first ranked Gonzaga's playing the final tonight in their conference. They won 100-74 over Pepperdine. And UNC Greensboro and Wofford. Wofford was 20th ranked. They won their tournament. Wofford won 70-58. Games already played today on the 12th. Vermont's at 7 o'clock tonight. Pittsburgh's playing Boston College in the first AC tournament games at 7. Northeastern's at Hofstra at 7 on CBS Sports Network. Northern Kentucky's at Wright State on ESPN. St. Mary's at first ranked Gonzaga at 9 on ESPN. North Dakota State's at Omaha at 9 on ESPN2. Other finals from today: Miami beat Wake Forest 79-71. And Notre Dame, Georgia Tech. Notre Dame won 78-71. We'll go over the bracket in a second. I just wanted to go over the standings really quick. Come on. Vermont won their conference by 2 games. They were 14-2. They won the American East Conference. The AAC Conference, Houston was 16-2. They won by 2 games over Cincinnati. They won their conference. Congrats to them. The A10, VCU was 16-2. They won their conference. They won over 2 games over Davidson at 14-4. Virginia and North Carolina had a head-to-head tie at 16-2. Co-champions of the ACC Conference. Duke finished 2 games behind them in third at 14-4. The Atlantic Sun Conference, Liberty and Lipscomb had a tie at 14-2. The Big 12, Texas Tech won it overall. They tied with Kansas State at 14-4. Kansas finished 2 games back in third at 12-6. In the Big East, Villanova won their conference outright 13-5. Marquette was second at 12-6. The Big Sky Conference, Montana was 16-4. They won their conference, held off Northern Colorado by a game 15-5. The Big South Conference, Radford and Campbell tie at 12-4. The Big Ten, MSU won officially. They got the 1 seed. They owned the head-to-head with Purdue. They were at 16-4, 16-4 East. Michigan finished 15-5, 1 game back in third. UC Irvine won their conference. They were 15-1 in the Big West. The Colonial Athletic Association, Hofstra was 15-3. Northeastern was 1 game back, 14-4. Old Dominion won their conference. They were 13-5. The CUSA Conference, Northern Kentucky won the Horizon League. They tied with Wright State 13-5. Yale and Harvard tied for their conference lead. They were 10-4. Iona was 12-6. They won the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. The MAC, the East, Buffalo was up by 4 games. They were 16-2, but they got the 1 seed overall in the MAC East. Toledo won the MAC West at 13-5. They finished 3 games ahead of Central. The Mideastern Athletic Conference, Norfolk State won their conference. They were 14-2. North Carolina A&T finished 1 game back in second at 13-3. The Missouri Valley Conference, Drake and Loyola Chicago tied at 12-6. The Mountain West Conference, Nevada and Utah State tied 15-3 each for the Mountain West to tie. Fahrenheit-Dixon and St. Francis were tied at 12-6. The Ohio Valley Conference, Murray State and Belmont were 16-2, tied for first. Washington, the Pac-12, Washington was 15-3. Arizona State was 12-6 in second. Colgate and Bucknell were 13-5. They tied for the Patriot League. LSU won the official SEC 1 seed overall at 16-2. Tennessee was 15-3 in second, tied with Kentucky at 15-3. And Wofford was 18-0. They won the whole Southern Conference and the tournament. Sam Houston State was 16-2. They won the Southland Conference. The Southwestern Athletic Conference, Prairie View A&M was 17-1. They won their conference. The Summit League, South Dakota State won 14-2. Georgia State, the Sun Belt, they won 13-5. And congrats to Gonzaga. They went 16-0. They played tonight to try to go win the West Coast Conference, the number 1 overall team in the nation. So we'll go over the brackets. I'll start with the ACC right now. Who played today? Miami was the 12 seed. They played 13 seed Wake Forest. Miami won today. They play Virginia Tech at 2 tomorrow. Georgia Tech was the 10 seed. 15 seed was Notre Dame. Notre Dame beat Georgia Tech today. 15 seed Notre Dame is playing Louisville tomorrow. 11 seed Boston College against 14 seed Pittsburgh. They play tonight. My prediction is Boston College beats Pittsburgh. So then the whole tournament, the second round, I think Clemson upsets NC State. They're going to play Virginia in the quarterfinals as a 9 seed. I think that Virginia Tech's going to beat Miami. Virginia Tech will move on and play Florida State. I do think Louisville's going to beat Notre Dame. They'll play North Carolina. I think Syracuse is going to beat Boston College tomorrow night. Then for the quarterfinals, I think Virginia beats Clemson. I think Virginia Tech upsets Florida State. They'll play in the semifinals Friday night. North Carolina is going to play against Louisville. I think North Carolina beats Louisville. I think Syracuse upsets Duke. I think it's going to be Syracuse and North Carolina in the semis. And Virginia beats Virginia Tech. North Carolina beats Virginia and championship for the ACC on Saturday night. I think Virginia beats North Carolina and wins the ACC overall. I'm going to try to find more brackets. I'll start with the Big Ten bracket. Big Ten tournament. Didn't really have time to look all this up. But they play tomorrow, I believe. I'm looking for the bracket. Yes, I want the 2019 bracket. Here we go. Michigan State's that 1 seed overall, 2 seeds Purdue, and 3 seeds Michigan. Trying to find the right bracket. Oh, here we go. 12 seed Rutgers is playing 13 seed North Nebraska at 6:30 tomorrow, game 1. 11 seed Illinois is playing the 14 seed Northwestern. Ohio State will play IU, the 8 seed and 9 seed, game 3 on second round Thursday. Game 4, Maryland is the 5 seed. They play the winner of Rutgers and Nebraska. The 7 seed Minnesota will play the 10 seed Penn State. The 6 seed Iowa played against the winner of Illinois Northwestern. I think that Nebraska beats Rutgers. Illinois beats Northwestern. So then we got Ohio State, IU. I think IU beats Ohio State. Then I think Maryland beats Nebraska. Minnesota beats Penn State. And Iowa beats Illinois. So our quarterfinals, my prediction here is MSU. Actually, I think IU upsets Michigan State if they play each other again. I think IU has a formula to beat Michigan State. I think IU goes to the semifinals. They're on a roll. Wisconsin beats Maryland. So I think Wisconsin's that 4 seed. I think Purdue right now against Minnesota. I think Purdue beats Minnesota in a rematch. Michigan and Iowa. I think Michigan beats Iowa. I think it's going to be IU, and I think it's going to be Purdue in the final. IU beats Wisconsin. Purdue beats Michigan. I think it's going to be Indiana and Purdue. Then I think Purdue's going to win the Big Ten. I think IU's going to go all the way to the final. They're going to be an underrated team, I think, going into this Big Ten tournament. So look out there. I'll go to the Big 12 tournament bracket. These are the big brackets right now. We'll have a few more to go to, like the Big East. And so the Big 12 bracket, the predictions right now. They start on Wednesday. The 8 seed TCU is playing the 9 seed Oklahoma State on Wednesday. 7 seed Oklahoma is playing 10 seed West Virginia. On Thursday, 4 seed Baylor is playing 5 seed Iowa State. Kansas State's actually the 1 seed, it says here, over Texas Tech. I'm surprised by that. Kansas State will play the winner of TCU Oklahoma State. Texas Tech will play the winner of Oklahoma West Virginia. And Kansas will play the winner of... Oh, they play Texas Thursday. So anyways, I think it's going to be TCU beating Oklahoma State. Oklahoma beats West Virginia. I think Baylor beats Iowa State. Then I think Kansas State beats TCU. I think Texas Tech beats Oklahoma. I think Kansas beats Texas. I think Texas Tech beats Kansas in the semis. Then I think Kansas State beats Baylor. And I think Texas Tech beats Kansas State. I think Texas Tech is my Big 12 championship prediction for right now. The Big East is another one. Oh yeah, we'll go over the SEC too. SEC tournament bracket. SEC tournament bracket. Here we go. Let's see here. The SEC, they start on Wednesday with the 12 seed Missouri playing the 13 seed Georgia. The 11 seed Texas A&M playing the 14 seed Vanderbilt. The Thursday the 14th. The 8 seed Florida would play against the 9 seed Arkansas. The 5 seed Auburn would play the winner of Missouri and Georgia. The 7 seed Ole Miss would play against the winner of the 10 seed Alabama. And oh wait, they play Alabama. The 6 seed Mississippi State would play the winner of A&M and Vanderbilt. I think it's going to be Missouri beating Georgia. A&M beats Vanderbilt. Florida beats Arkansas. Auburn beats Missouri. Alabama upsets Ole Miss. I think Mississippi State beats A&M. So then there's the quarterfinals. I think it's going to be LSU beating Florida. Actually, I think Auburn beats South Carolina. Then I think Kentucky beats Alabama. And then I think it's going to be Tennessee beating Mississippi State. I think Kentucky beats Tennessee. I think LSU beats Auburn. And then I think it's going to be between LSU and Kentucky for the SEC championship on Sunday. which I think Kentucky is going to beat LSU this time around. LSU doesn't have their coach Willett. He got suspended. Wade guy, I can't remember his first name on top of my head. The Big East. The Big East tournament bracket. We'll see the other big ones. I'll go back to the standings in a second, see if I missed any big ones. The Big East tournament's been up and down. So the 9 seed Butler's playing the 8 seed Providence on Wednesday. And the 10 seed DePaul is playing the 7 seed St. John's. I think Butler beats Providence. I think that St. John's beats DePaul. I think St. John's upsets Marquette. Marquette hasn't been playing well at all. They'll go to the semis. I think Seton Hall beats Georgetown. I think Xavier beats Creighton. I think Villanova beats Butler. I think Villanova gets the Big East championship. Then I think that St. John's beats Seton Hall. I think it's going to be Villanova, St. John's in the championship. Then Villanova is going to win it all. Villanova is my Big East tournament favorite. Everybody's predictable in the Big East. I'm looking for other big ones that I'm missing. Oh, the Pac-12. There's another tournament. I'll do the Pac-12 and the MAC. Pac-12. We'll do the Pac-12 and the MAC too, and then I'll go over the NBA standings and the NHL standings and the NASCAR race. The Pac-12, hang on. Yep, here's the tournament. It's the 8 seed USC against the 9 seed Arizona, 5 seed Colorado against 12 seed California, 7 seed UCLA against 10 seed Stanford, 6 seed Oregon against 11 seed Washington State. I think Arizona beats USC. I think Colorado beats California. I think UCLA beats Stanford. I think Oregon beats Washington State. So Washington's the 1 seed. They play 9 seed Arizona. I like Washington. The 4 seed Oregon State would play against Colorado. I like Colorado as the 5 seed. I think UCLA and Arizona State. I like Arizona State beating UCLA. Arizona State gets to the semis. Oregon, Utah. I like Oregon to beat Utah. I think Arizona State beats Oregon in the Pac-12. I think Washington beats Colorado. It's going to be between Washington and Arizona State for the Pac-12 championship. And I like Arizona State for the upset here. I think they're going to win the Pac-12 tournament. They beat Kansas earlier in the year. They got to show me something here. The MAC tournament, that's another one that I was missing. They played last night. The MAC tournament, let's see here. The bracket, they played last night. Come on. Yes, I gotta look up. NIU's playing Toledo. They beat Ohio. Ball State beat Eastern, so they're playing Bowling Green. Central beat Kent State. Oh, they play in a few days, actually, on the 14th. Akron, Miami, Ohio. Akron's playing Buffalo. I like Buffalo to beat Akron. I like Central to beat Kent State. Then I like Toledo to beat NIU. Bowling Green to beat Ball State. I think Bowling Green beats Toledo. Get to the MAC championship. I like Buffalo to beat Central. That's between Buffalo and Bowling Green. I like Buffalo to win the MAC. They've been playing really great. Actually, what's this? Tournament bracket. Let's see here. I'm going to see if I missed any big... Let's see if I missed any ones that was important. Those are the ones I look after. The conference tournaments, the big ones. Those are the ones I watch the most. But we'll go over all the standings in a second. Oh, the American Athletic Conference. I forgot completely about that. That's our other one, the American Athletic Conference, and then we'll go to the standings. I got to do some stuff, so I can't do all of them. Athletic Conference. Let's see here. Yes, I need an American Athletic bracket, the Houston, Cincinnati, and UCF division, and Temple division. Is this the right bracket? Nope, this is the women's bracket. My bad. For the guys, let's see here. Oh, here we go. South Florida played 8 seed. They played 9 seed UConn. 5 seed Memphis played 12 seed Tulane. 7 seed Tulsa played 10 seed SMU. 6 seed Wichita State played 11 seed East Carolina. I like Connecticut to beat South Florida. I like Memphis to beat Tulane. I like SMU to beat Tulsa. And I like Wichita State to beat East Carolina. I like Wichita State to beat Temple to get to the semis. I like SMU. I like Cincinnati to beat SMU. I like UCF to beat Memphis. I like Houston to beat UConn. I like Houston to beat UCF and to get to the final. I like Cincinnati to beat Wichita State. Then I like Houston to beat Cincinnati to win the American Athletic Conference. Those are the big tournaments for right now. I'll go over the NBA standings really quick and see if there's any other free agency rumors right now. Standings for the NBA right now. I'm looking here. The Bucks and Raptors clinch playoff berths. The Bucks are the 1 seed right now. They're 50 and 17. Second seed, the Raptors at 48 and 20. The 3 seed 76ers are 42 and 25. Tied with the Pacers at the 4 seed at 42 and 25. The Celtics are 41 and 27 and 5th. The Nets are 36 and 33 and 6th. The Pistons are 7th at 34 and 32. And the Heat are 31 and 35 and 8th. Magic are outside. They're at 31 and 37. Hornets are 30 and 37 and 10th. Wizards are 39 and 11th. Hawks are 23 and 35 and 12th. Bulls are 1949 and 13th, and eliminated right now the Cavs and Knicks at 1750 and 1354 respectively. If the playoffs started today for the NBA, it'd be the 1 seed Bucks against the 8 seed Heat, 5 seed Celtics against the 4 seed Pacers, 6 seed Nets against the 3 seed 76ers, and the 7 seed Pistons against the 2 seed Raptors. The Western Conference right now, nobody's clinched yet. At 45 and 21 are the Warriors. Second are the Nuggets at 43 and 22. Third are the Rockets. They're jumping up at 42 and 25. They moved from fifth to third. The Thunder are 41 26 and fourth. The Blazers are 40 and 26 and fifth. Clippers are 39 29 and sixth. Spurs are 38 29 and seventh. The Jazz are 37 29 and eighth. In ninth, the Kings are 33 and 33. The Timberwolves are 32 and 35 and fifth, 10th. My bad. 30 and 36 are the Lakers in 11th. 30 and 39 are the Pelicans in 12th. The Grizzlies are 28 and 40 and 13th. The Mavericks are 27 39 and 14th. The Suns are 16 and 52 and 15th. Right now. Let's see here. Yep, we'll go over the scores for right now. Tonight's game include the Knicks and the Pacers at 7, Cavaliers 76ers at 7, Lakers Bulls at 8, Bucks at Pelicans at 8, Spurs at Mavericks at 8 on TNT, Timberwolves at Nuggets on TNT at 10:30, and Trailblazers at Clippers at 10:30. For the NHL standings, I'm looking here. The Lightning are 53 and 13 in first. The Bruins are 42 and 18 in second. Maple Leafs are 42 and 22 in third. Canadiens are 36 26 in fourth. Panthers are fifth at 30 and 27. Sabres are 30 and 29 in sixth. Red Wings are 24 and 35 in seventh. And the Senators eliminated 23 and 41 in the Atlantic Conference. The Metropolitan, the Capitals are 41 and 21 in first. Islanders are 40 and 22 in second. Hurricanes, the Sabres really slipped off. The Hurricanes are 38 and 24 in third. Penguins are 37 and 23 in fourth. Blue Jackets are 38 and 28 in fifth. They slipped off too. The Flyers are 34 and 27 in sixth. Rangers 28 28 and seventh. And the Devils are 25 and 35 in eighth. The Western Conference is Central. The Jets are 40 and 24 in first. Predators are 39 and 26 in second. Blues are 36 and 25 in third. Stars are 35 and 28 in fourth. Wild are 33 and 29 in fifth. Avalanche are 30 and 28 in sixth. The Blackhawks are 30 and 30 in seventh. The Pacific, the Sharks are 42 and 19 in first. The Flames are 42 and 20 in second. The Knights are 38 and 27 in third. Coyotes are 34 and 30 in fourth. Oilers are 31 and 31 in fifth. Canucks are 28 and 32 in sixth. Ducks are 27 and 34 in seventh. Kings are 25 and 36 in eighth. So we go over the scores for them right now. Actually, I want to see who's playing tonight. The Tuesday matchups. Dallas is at Buffalo at 7. At 7, Washington's at Pittsburgh on NBC Sports Network. Boston's at Columbus at 7. Detroit's at Montreal at 7:30. Arizona's at St. Louis at 8. San Jose's at Winnipeg at 8. At 9, New Jersey's at Calgary. And Nashville's at Anaheim at 10. Those are the matchups for the night for the NHL. Nadal won in tennis. Isner also won in tennis. And Federer's playing tonight at 9. I gotta look at the tournament. Let's see here. The NASCAR results that happen. I always follow that really well. Where is NASCAR? There we go. Excuse me. We'll go over the results. Suarez and McDowell fought in practice. Kyle Busch finally won his first race of the season. He's the only driver that has 4 top 10s. I think he's been the best driver so far this year. Kyle Busch started 4th. He led 177 laps. He finished 1st. Martin Truex Jr. got another runner-up. He started 9th, didn't lead a lap, finished 2nd. Ryan Blaney finished 3rd. He won the pole, led 94 laps. Eric Almirola started 14th, finished 4th, led 26 laps. Denny Hamlin finished 5th. He led 7 laps, started 3rd. Kyle Larson started 31st, didn't lead a lap, finished 6th. Kurt Busch started 16th, finished 7th, didn't lead a lap. Jimmy Johnson started 15th, finished 8th. He led 4 laps. Kevin Harvick, he normally dominates Phoenix. He didn't today. He started 8th, finished 9th, led 0 laps. Joey Logano started 12th, finished 10th, led 0 laps. Clint Bowyer led 0 laps. He was in 2nd at one point, started 26th, finished 11th. Ryan Newman led 0 laps, started 18th, finished 12th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. led 0 laps, started 19th, finished 13th. Chase Elliott had an early penalty at the start of the race. He jumped the start. He finished 14th, started 2nd, didn't lead a lap. Ty Dillon, he led 0 laps, started 20th, finished 15th. Chris Buescher led 0 laps, started 22nd, finished 16th. Last car in the lead lap. First car 1 lap down, started 17th, finished 17th. Paul Menard. Daniel Hemrick led 4 laps, started 11th, finished 18th, finished 1 lap down. Brad Keselowski led 0 laps, started 5th, finished 19th, finished 1 lap down. Matt Tifft led 0 laps, started 30th, finished 20th. Austin Dillon led 0 laps, started 13th, finished 21st. Bubba Wallace led 0 laps, started 23rd, finished 23rd. Daniel Swartz led 0 laps, started 28th, finished 23rd. Last car 1 lap down. First car 2 laps down, led 0 laps, started 7th, and finished 24th. William Byron. David Reagan started 29th, finished 25th, led 0 laps. Corey LaJoy started 24th, finished 26th, led 0 laps. Ross Chastain led 0 laps, started 23rd, or 33rd, finished 27th. Matthew DiBenedetto led 0 laps, started 25th, finished 28th. Eric Jones had a tire issue and spun, led 0 laps, started 10th, finished 29th. Quinn Hoff led 0 laps, started 35th, finished 30th. Let's see, Bailey Curry led 0 laps, started 36th, finished 31st. Cody Ware led 0 laps, started 34th, finished 32nd. 33rd, led 0 laps. Landon Castle started 33rd, started 32nd, finished 33rd. Ryan Preece wrecked out of the race. He led 0 laps, started 21st, finished 34th. Alex Bowman did too. Led 0 laps, started 6th, finished 35th. And Michael McDowell led 0 laps, started 27th, and finished 36th. He wrecked out of the race too. The NASCAR standings right now, I'll make my predictions for California this week. Kyle Busch leads the standings. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski. They're all in the chase. Kyle Busch has won 1 race. Joey Logano's in second, won a race. Denny Hamlin won 1 race, and Brad Keselowski won a race. He's in 4th. Kevin Harvick is 5th in points. Martin Truex Jr. is 6th. Kyle Larson is 7th. Eric Almirola is 8th. Kurt Busch is 9th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is 10th. Clint Boyer is 11th. Ryan Blaney is 12th. Chase Elliott's 13th. Eric Jones is 14th. Jimmy Johnson's 15th. Alex Bowman's 16th. Ryan Newman's 17th. William Byron's 18th. Paul Menard is 19th. Daniel Suarez is 20th. Austin Dillon's 21st. Ty Dillon's 22nd. Chris Buescher's 23rd. Matthew Benedetto's 24th. Daniel Hemrich's 25th. David Reagan's 26th. Corey LaJoy's 27th. Ryan Preece 28th. Bubba Wallace 29th. And Michael McDowell is in 30th. And my prediction for this next race, I think Martin Truex Jr. is going to win. I think Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson will all be in the mix. But I think Truex Jr. is going to get his first win this season, and that's my prediction. Next week, we'll have the overall the tournament games and my predictions. All the tournament games from the past weekend, what happened, NBA and NHL standings, more MLB signings. It also starts next week, March 20th, so we'll make a preview of my predictions fully. Now, more MLB free agents signed and more NFL free agency deals that happen.